Hey guys, how's it going? Drew here again with you from Dip Bros America, and today we are finally kicking off our natural series. If you are subscribed to the channel, or if you've been watching some of our videos, you see that we just did a 5-part skull flavor series that I kind of volunteered for and figured I'd do, but I'm glad that it's finally over, and now we're getting on to some of the real dips. We've been requested to do some naturals, stuff like Copenhagen Snuff, Copenhagen Southern Blend, Skull Straight, stuff like that. And while I was getting the flavors, I came across this, and this is what we're going to be reviewing today, and that's going to be Longhorn Fine Cut Natural. I picked it up for $1.79 at a local gas station here in northeastern Indiana, and that is cheap, guys. I've never had Longhorn before, but it is famous in the sense that it is cheap as hell. I mean, this is the top dog when it comes to welfare dips. But that being said, I've never had Longhorn. I've not heard very many good things about it. It's referred to as shithorn amongst the dipping community here on YouTube. So I'm not going to have too many high expectations, but I'm not going to be biased because I've never had this stuff before. Let's look at the presentation here. I mean, pretty basic and generic, just a plastic tin. I've never had any dip. I've only been dipping for about 2 months now, but never had any dip in a pure plastic can. I mean, just sticker all the way around. And one thing about this is that you can see that dip in the lid, and it makes it a little more difficult to pack. And it's just not as flat and uniform across, but it kind of dips down a little bit. But I'm going to try not to complain too much because, I mean, like I said, this was only $1.79. That is cheap as hell. Like I do with other dips, I haven't cracked it all the way, but I did make a little sliver just to try and pick up an initial smell. And to be honest, I'm not picking up anything. There's no distinct smell that I'm picking up. Usually with natural dips, or at least with Copenhagen long cut, you kind of get kind of a musky, I almost want to say ammonia type smell. It's not very bad. It's just something that comes along with natural dips, but I'm not picking that up right now. And another thing I might add is that I've never had a pure fine cut dip. As for you Copenhagen long cut dippers out there, you know that there's little fine bits throughout the Copenhagen long cut, and it's kind of a mix between long cut and fine cut and long cut and snuff and what have you. But I've never had a purely fine cut dip, so this is going to be kind of a new experience for me. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and crack this can, so I want to see what it looks like here on the inside. I don't have many nails, so this may take me just a second here. Come on. Almost, and there we go. Crack this open. Oh yeah. One thing I've heard about Longhorn is it is filled to the brim. And they are not kidding. That stuff is fine. That is going to be difficult for me to pinch. But I mean, this stuff is filled to the brim. Very flimsy plastic lid. But I mean, it was $1.79. What can you expect? We're going to see. I mean, from what I've heard, they fill this stuff to the brim, but we're going to see if this packs down much. Should be alright. And no, this stuff is absolutely filled as far as it can go. I hope I don't embarrass myself on here and spill the stuff everywhere, but let's go ahead and get it dipped. Well, hold on. Yeah, with the smell, I'm definitely getting that kind of natural musk to it, kind of like Copenhagen long cut. Actually doesn't smell that bad. It's not as strong as Copenhagen long cut is. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But yeah, you can definitely tell the natural musk to it. So let's just go ahead and try and get a little pinch here. Stuff is pretty moist. Got it out of the freezer not too long ago. Oh god, this stuff is falling apart everywhere, guys. I'm gonna look like a dipshit. Oh my god. I'm spilling this stuff everywhere. Get just a little more. Please, God, don't spill everywhere. Okay. Have a little mess to clean up after this video, because I am not experienced with fine cuts at all, so it's hard as hell to pinch. Very fine little bits. I have never had a snuff before, and I've seen when Eric's had a can of Copenhagen snuff before, and the stuff is super fine, powder-like. And that's what this stuff is like right now. The taste is very different than that of something like Copenhagen Long Cut. It's you can tell, Eric kind of mentions it in his videos, you can tell when something has a real manufactured taste, a real kind of processed taste. It's hard to explain, but if you've had some of the lower end dips, like kind of like Grizzly and Longhorn, obviously, you can definitely tell this does not taste as natural and as rich as something like Copenhagen. Let me collect my thoughts here for a second. Outlaw, I believe it was Outlaw who did a video over this and referred to this taste as kind of sawdust-like. And I'm picking that up a lot. I mean, you could pick up the natural and a little bit of the natural taste, but I mean, it definitely tastes like sawdust a little bit. It's a little bit unpleasant, and yeah, it's not one of the best dips I've ever had. Now, not one of the worst, as you know, people who watched the Skull Flavor series. But I'm not liking the taste of this at all. I think I'm kind of keeping it together a little bit. I didn't get a real big pinch of it because I mean I fucking was spilling this shit everywhere. I'm embarrassed by that. But I'm not experienced fine cut dipper, so this stuff kind of is floating around a little bit. I'm controlling it for the most part, but I'm losing a little bit of it when I spit. Stuff is pretty fresh from what I heard. They had just put the stuff on the shelf when I got it. I'm not. That may hint at the expiration dates or whatever. I'm not sure. For any Longhorn dippers out there, please tell me how I can look up the expiration dates. I would love to know. But from what I'm getting, this stuff is pretty fresh. I got it out of the freezer not too long ago, so it's a little moist. Pretty juicy. But the flavor I'm noticing is not that strong. I can tell that this stuff will probably dissipate here in a little bit, and I won't be able to hang on to it all that much. I could probably keep this in for a long time because the flavor is not that overpowering. I usually keep it in long cut for anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes. I mean, the flavor lasts a pretty long time with Copenhagen. I mean, it's pretty much top dog stuff, and it's real distinct. This stuff, not so much, but I am not complaining because this stuff was only $1.79. So would I buy this again? Yeah, if I was a little tight on money, or I just was really in need for a can, and this is some of the only stuff they had, I would definitely pick it up again. Not be a regular dip by any means, but I would definitely dip this again if I had to. If I had to give this an overall rating, I'm not going to give it too high, just because it is a little bland and it tastes a little funky compared to other naturals. So I'm going to give this a 6. I know a lot of other people would probably give this lower, but I like natural dips. Eric's kind of the wintergreen guy, I'm kind of a natural guy. I've only been dipping for about 2 months, but I'm really drawn to the natural dips. I like that flavor a whole lot more, stuff like Red Man. Copenhagen long cut, stuff like that. But if I had to, yes, I would buy this again, especially for how cheap it is. Hell, I'm guessing you could probably pick up a log for under $10. So that's not bad at all. For any of you other Longhorn dippers, I'd love to hear down in the comments what your go-to Longhorn dip is, whether you do long cut or fine cut, or if you like natural. Stuff like that. We love to hear from you guys. We love to hear the comments. We reply to everyone. We got some more suggestions that you gave us, stuff like Copenhagen Southern Blend, and I'll be doing a Copenhagen Long Cut review next, I believe. And Eric's got some new stuff coming to you. We're going to be doing a little mini-series in between some of this natural stuff. But keep in touch, guys. We love to hear from you, and we'll definitely get back. And if you'd love to see the new videos we got coming your way, be sure to subscribe. Give us a like. We love the support. We love the dipping community here on YouTube. I thank you guys for tuning in today. If you can, only $1.79. Go out and pick you up one and tell me what you think about it. But thanks for tuning in. This is Drew with Dip Bros America, and stay tuned.